Alright, what's up y'all, LakerFan here. As you can see by the title of today's video, we're here to talk about how the new best build in NBA 2K26 is a 6'11" point guard. So, this, as you can see, has 99 pass accuracy, 93 midi for the Hall of Fame set shot, the gold deadeye, all types of stuff like that. Still has the ability to shoot the threes of 90, has contact dunks of 87 driving, still has good speed and physicals and defensive capabilities and stuff like that with the versatility. Now, I'll show you guys the specifics of changes I would make with the build and stuff like that, or explaining the process of how you would go about the cap breakers if you have less. But I do want to get straight into some gameplay with this because I just want you to see how seriously you can take this. Now, we have gameplay of 2s and 3s, whether that's him as playing as a pick and popper or just more of a stretch, or also him just being truly the ball handler. Now, as we've said multiple different times in videos, when a 7'4" is on the court, only, like, it's my mantra on here, nobody has fun except for the guy being guarded by a 7'4", and in this case, that is going to be Kitchen. So, as you can see, the dude that he's playing against is, these are rec stats. I don't know why they do that in Proving Grounds 3s. They definitely need to track, like, separate stats. But anyway, 7'4" and a 6'8", 6'9" type dude at the 1, it's not going to matter. I'm going to be real with you. Like, this is simply what we are going to do if there's a 7'4" on Kitchen. I'm going to get him the ball. He's sometimes going to get me the ball, and we're just going to go ahead and hit little pass backs, have him dex around on the 7'4", get shots on the big man's head, and that leads to me being down there for the offensive rebounds. So, point being, we're just going to let Kitchen essentially either ISO off ball or also ISO with ball. Look at this. If he's not open off the catch, he's going to put it on the floor and dribble pull up. Now, I'm going to be real with you. There are some 7'4"s that can kind of do this in the game, but I just don't think it's nearly the same level of fade ability. The thing is with the 6'11s, it's the tallest build in the game you can be while getting shifty shooter, and also you get it in tier 2. So you not only get the crazy badge that lets you fade in the first place, and the Giannis dribble style. I mean, you get Giannis dribble style on a lot of different builds that are bigs, but you get the bronze lightning launch at this 6'11" height while still having those contact dunks, the 87 dunk that we talked about. You're still versatile on defense as well. I mean, this thing has everything, bro. You can see I'm just going down to the block. I'm letting Kitchen ISO. That 7'4" does not have a single chance at guarding him, and it's going to be like that every single time we ever play one. I don't care who's on the sticks. I don't care how good they are at playing defense. They could be the best lockdown in the game that just happens to be on a 7'4". They are not guarding him at all. He's gonna get a wide open nearly every single time, unless it was like some user error thing that just, like, you know, we probably could have executed differently. Now, you can see they put the big man on me. Guess what? Doesn't matter. Boom. Kitchen's flying by the lockdown right there. Gets the meter dunk as well. I'm not being, like, I'm not trying to say this lightly, fellas. This is the best build in the game, in my opinion. I think people that think that 7'4" boogeyman stuff is for real are thinking in a world where they just are feeling violated by them. Like, they don't feel good about the fact that a 7'4" is hooping on them because it's a lack of skill thing. But in the right hands, which are Kitchen's in this case, this is a nasty build. You can get open off ball, you can get open with ball, you can, like I said, you can be a pick and roll ball handler, you can be a pick and popper, you can use it however the heck you want, and it just truly is so good. We're going to continue with the 2s gameplay, but there is going to be some 3s as well. I've been playing with Kitchen a lot on 5s, but I want to save a little bit of the gameplay for future endeavors, and we haven't really unleashed him as a full point guard yet. I can see the vision though, 100%. So, anyway, as you can see right here, pulling up another 20-game streak. I was looking at this dude's park card. I want to just pull it up for you just to, like, allow you to see what we're playing against right here. This guy's played 1,000 games, averaging 16 points per game, 73% from 3, 92 win percent, 80 field goal as well. So that's what we're looking at in the gameplay right here of this Calm Justin right here. And a shout out to him. He was cool in the game chat afterwards. He's actually really nice too. Like, this dude was really coming out here doing some crazy stuff that I hadn't really seen any 7'4"s do yet. Half spin jumper, crazy stuff. Anyway, playing with the lock of the 1 though, as you can see, like 98 perim. So that's not the kind of guy I'm trying to go at. He's got 94 strength, he's got 91 steal, 90 speed at 6'6", and 98 perimity. We are going to be putting that man on the block and forcing him to rebound with me. So 7'4" right there, 95 standing dunk, 94 block, 90 mid-range as well, 89 three-pointer. So he's just a souped-up 7'4", meant to do everything, obviously, and carry their offense. And then this dude right here is going to be playing a little bit more lockdown and there to just be a role player. So anyway, it's going to be a bit of a tough scene coming out here. You can see Kitchen gets the hands-up contest, and hey, I will say, the 6'11s have been very good at registering the hands-up contest, and Kitchen's been doing it in a really elite way. But as you can see, look at the half-spin jumper off the catch. Are we for real? This dude, he was coming out here very surprising. I cannot lie. Like, a lot of the stuff, like, seeing those, like, those types of shots right there are very intimidating. Now, to be fair, I came to go for the trapper, and very unfortunately, he ends up just shooting it like as soon as I went for the trapper, and maybe he just thought free board, to be fair. I don't get the rebound, but hey, that was a good defense by Kitchen right there. You know, 26% contest right there. Once again, another 19 off the hands up. Hey, I'm just saying, I know he's making the shots, to be fair, and this, once again, remind you, is a 91, almost 92 win percent player right here, and I know he's making the shots, but registering that good of a contest is still nice. Now, as you can see, we fluked the inbound a little bit right there. I feel like we would have been good for a stop even without, but as you can see, I'm thinking reset. Kitchen's thinking, nah, I got that two-way. I'm fading, bro. So anyway, he just goes straight for the fade right there. I'm just going to be, like I said, kind of playing second fiddle to him. I'm really not going to be taking over this game, especially with a lock on me and the 7-4 on him. So as you can see, Faden, once again, you know, he's just going to put them in the blender, put them in the torture chamber, bro. They are not going to guard him, and you're going to see this team obviously react to that as well and understand said thing, and they're going to be trying to switch that big man down to me. But as you can see, I'm creating the drive right there. Kitchen with a nice little wrap away and gets that rhythm shot off the top to go. Also, I don't know if you happen to see, but this man Kitchen is shooting unreal stats on this twos court with this build. I believe... I don't really know exactly, but I believe it was like a 92 3-point percent or something like that, or 91. I'll look at it as we go back later in the gameplay. But as you can see, they decide the 7-4 no longer is meant to be guarding him, so they put him on me, and he's just going to be sitting paint, leaving me wide open. And then when he doesn't leave me wide open, we're just blowing by him right there for the dunk meter, and we get a Kitchen that assist to activate his takeover right there as well. So I mean, they're going to, you know, try a lot of different strategies right here as far as their defense goes. But as you can see, they want their lockdown back on Kitchen. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell him to flare up, get open again off that. Once again, we go for the catch and shoot shot. And mind you, he has 99 pass accuracy, legend dimer as well. So instead of me shooting wide open, you know, if they're going to leave me wide open, why do a step back or any like type of shooting off dribble when I could just shoot off of legend dimer anyway? You know, makes no sense in reality to, like, you know, do something like that. So I'm low-key getting slightly boxed up by the big. He ends up jumping at me, so I just go for the meter dunk right there. Fortunately, I don't get set up by Kitch right there off, like, you know, the dude cutting into, like, the defender being down low. But once again, big man on me. Kitchen, though, wrapping up on that lockdown. Boom. No dip rhythm shot off the catch and shoot. It is so disgusting what this man's doing on here. And I'm not sure, in all fairness, to be real with you, if everybody can do what Kitchen's doing. Let's be real, not everybody can. I just wanted to put this on game for you guys to understand that this is a nasty build, and not everybody can do what 7-4s do either. It is way more brain dead, though, I will acknowledge, to do what 7-4s do than what Kitchen does, because, you know, to unlock the full potential out of Kitchen, he has already done this in previous years. I'll actually probably show you guys it at the end of the video if you want to see 2K19 gameplay of Kitchen coming out here on a stretch playmaker 6'11", just like this. And again, shout out to the dude in game chat. He was real cool. We were just yapping it up with him. He was a really cool dude. Said he knew the YouTube and stuff like that. Been watching videos for a while, so shout out to him. But unfortunately, sorry, we had to break the streak. 20,000 VC. Anyway, like I said, I'll show you some Kitchen gameplay from 2K19 of a build exactly like this. It was the stretch playmaker, 6'11", 97 overall, back when, like, you know, the overalls actually mattered in terms of unlocking the ability of the build. But yeah, we got a couple more gameplays I want to show you of threes now. Okay, so now I want to show you him functioning as a stretch big. More of a wrap option, more of a playing second hand to me, where I'm more of like the point guard, if you will, but we're still calling things for him in terms of like getting him an option, or also taking advantage of whatever mismatch they have on him. So let's show you what builds they got out here. You're going to see that this team is actually a good record. So obviously these dudes are not bad, even though you can see their banner colors are low. But as you can see, 6'1" guard, 99 three-pointer, shooting 70% from 3, 12 per game. They have, and keep that in mind because obviously it's one of the defenders that has to be on the court. And we got my boy Bonnie on the court as well with his 6'8" that you've seen on the channel if you've been keeping up. But a 98 per MD, 90 steal, 88 agility lockdown that clearly, if we have 3 good options on the court, should be avoided, especially when you compare the fact that it's a 6'1" point guard alongside him, and then also a 6'11" big man that, while he is probably a good defender at a decent rate, it's still something that we can somewhat take advantage of as well, especially if he's lacking in any case. Also, shout out to 2K with these cool arena adjustments they've made. I mean, I know it's kind of lame to say like, oh, the crowd has glow sticks now, it's so cool, but I don't know, I kind of like it, I really do. But anyway, yeah, the Elite Arena, really a cool addition. Anyway, guard, lacking on Kitchen once again. That dude is not contesting him. He's going to be shooting over guards and honestly some locks as well. There have been a lot of locks raging in like the game chat and stuff like that, or also just in general. Like I've seen a video, like, so we played Dimes and Johnny Red, comp pro-am players. We ended up losing the game, but Kitchen had a great game, so did I. Offensively, it was like a good showing, but point being, like, the locks that were in that game were really like amazed at what he was doing on this stuff. And I'm telling you, I really do think the build in general is still good. I'm not gonna say this over and over again because I will already acknowledge not everybody's gonna do what Kitchen does. So I'm not trying to diminish him as a player by any means, because I've known this man's one of the best players on this 2K stuff when he's active on it, and he's active right now. You better believe it. This man is ready to hoop. So dexing back off the corner, the guard can't even like keep up with that. I mean, it's just good motion that we're doing on offense, and I'm coming out here just as a distributor with my high pass accuracy build. As you can see, fakes the wrap after the guards already had to deal with that multiple times, and hey, if you're wondering why is the guard on Kitchen in the first place, again, they don't want the PG on me. I'm a 6'10" slasher out here. Like, he's got a guard somewhere. And honestly, he's probably not thinking Bonnie off rip because Bonnie is at X button. We have this set up intentionally to set up everybody where we want them to be. So Kitchen's at B, Bonnie's at X, I'm at A. We wanted this, as far as the icons go, to make it so people naturally have their bigs on Bonnie. Now, what they end up doing is they end up putting the point guard on me right here, as you can see. And I, not being a selfish player, wanted to try something a little bit different here. So we're going to wrap Bonnie up with the big man on him. You can see he gets the shot up. And now you can see the chess game start to play out a little bit. Big man is getting shot on. Lockdown is on Kitchen away from the play. Point guard's on me. If the shot happens on the center, he can't rebound. So even if this were missed, I'm down here with a point guard and a lockdown as the only options as far as the rebound goes. And if I get O boards endlessly, they will eventually just leave something open on a catch and shoot, let's be real, or Bonnie will just get something on their big man. It's just an endless cycle of like things happening. Now, hey, they're hooping though. They're coming out here back on the other end and playing some good offense for sure. But again, I just wanted to show you this game of Kitchen as a little bit more of a stretch option and not really forcing his way through the game and playing through him the entire time, but picking on good matchups for him. And the fact that he demands a lockdown on him opposed to like me or Bonnie, who typically me or Bonnie is our like, you know, best offensive option. As you can see, crashing off the corner right there from Kitchen 2. But yeah, I mean, once again, guard on me, big on Bonnie. I end up just getting this in transition. We have a nice solid lead. I'm cool with taking twos by this point. And we've got a couple of stops and a couple of threes ourselves. So I'm cool with that. Anyway, two-way on me right here. I'm trying to play some defense. I really do think the build is plenty capable. And as you can see, Bonnie, this is what we call peaks, or kind of, I'm going to call it like zigging back to the side away from your screen. I know it's a long explanation and description of that. But like, for instance, the guard runs middle. So it makes you think Bonnie equals his defender now. And I'm on the big now. What a lot of guards and comp guards will do is do a move exactly like this to like zig back to the side that just got left from, because I left that side trying to play the slip. We're not trying to give up wide open twos or anything like that and give up a free dunk every single play. It diminished defense a lot in this game, if you ask me. So Bonnie instead, great jump contest, recovers on that, and is anticipating after a lot of talking of that in like kind of just teaching things like that. Bonnie's locked in on that, and he's landing, and he's front fading on the break. So hey, shout out to the boys. I think I'm surrounded by a nasty cast with those two. Unfortunately, their schedules are not great, so I don't know if you're going to see them in the comp pro-am, unfortunately. Kitchen's actually a decathlon track runner. I mean, this dude's like a freak of nature coming out here just in life in general. Smart kid for sure. I've known him since he was like, I don't know, way back in 2K19, like I said. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, man, him and Bonnie plus me on threes is just a disgusting trio, bro. Like, with the amount of shooting that we have with this trio right here and the amount of playmaking and defensive chemistry, it's disgusting, bro. But anyway, as you can see, Kitchen with the off dribble hooping right there. 12 points, 4 for 4 from 3. On the lock, on the guard, making the lockdown have to guard him, making Bonnie's life easy and inherently making my life easy as well, because I'm just using these two off ball, letting them be 3-point threats and just being a distributor. And I know it looks lame from my perspective in the gameplay, but it's cool. I consider, like, if Kitchen wins, I win. If Bonnie wins, I win. If I win, they win. I mean, we're here to have fun as a unit, and I know as a content creator, it's not normal for me to, like, come out here with a 2-point gameplay, but I'm here to show off my boys too. Kitchen's not really on the YouTube actively, and Bonnie's just getting started with his. So I'm trying to A, put on for Bonnie, or B, kind of keep Kitchen's legacy alive a tad bit. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to let nobody in the world know who Kitchen is and what he does, because, man, what he does on this build, and what he's always made builds like this if the game enables it, and holy moly has it been enabled in this year's game. So Anyway, that's him as a stretch. Let me show you him actually like being played through a little bit more in the gameplay on threes now. All right, so once again, pulling up on another Park MVP. We got my boy Tyson at the 2 right here, where he's going to be playing the defensive role with me. He's on more of a pure lock right here, so the dynamic is a little bit different compared to what we were just on with Bonnie, where Bonnie was on more of like a two-way sharp kind of beat, if you get what I'm saying, whereas Tyson is on a pure lock, like not really meant to do anything on offense. It's just gonna be me and Kitchen on O, essentially. Hey, Tyson will have one nice low play though, for sure. But anyway, 6'1 guard, 95 3-point, 94 speed with ball, averaging 14 a game. Like always, good look. This is an interesting kind of switch on this, but again, this guy's the Park MVP, so I'm not gonna question his intentions with things. The dude's a higher rep than me. He's coming out here not with a lock, but kind of like a do-it-all build at the 2. So, hey, it's 6'8", it can handle the ball. I'm sure it could play some defense as well, and it's still like, you know, got driving dunk, probably some three-pointer as well. It's an interesting build though. I can't sit here and call it the most meta comp thing in the world, but either way, they have a 7'4" as well. So you can see that there will be a little bit of a matchup dynamic that we haven't really figured out entirely yet, because Kitchen can guard 7'4s better than I can, 100%. I don't know what it is. 2K Labs did a test. 6'11s come out here with like great shot contest ability on 7'4s. I don't know why. I don't know why 6'11 is so different from 6'10. I guess there's like a height threshold in there. And then if you go footer or something like that, I guess it's just not quite as like good at registering the contest. I don't know why. But anyway, as you can see, once again, we're bullying 7'4s. They put them on Kitchen. I mean, it's cooked. They can't keep up. They can't defend him. And then Kitchen can defend them. So if you want to talk boogeyman beater, I mean, these dudes literally cannot guard Kitchen, and Kitchen can guard them. But anyway, back into the offense after the 7'4 hits the shot on Tyson right there. Unfortunate contest, but hey, we've been learning low-key how to guard these 7'4s since Kitchen's had a lot of good reps at being able to guard them. Not just about what build he's on, but also how to do it mechanically. I'll talk about another video. I know it's a little bit of gatekeep, and it is what it is. I'm just trying to tell y'all, I think we found a good way of actually getting hands-up contest on them, and then you could see Kitchen do it as well. I don't know, maybe I already said that technically in the video. I'm sorry. I probably did. It's been a long one. We obviously have like 4 different gameplays in this, but anyway, 7'4 ends up missing, but they get the ball back, and then boom, they end up getting the fade with the guard right there. I'm not able to keep up. Unfortunately, I mean, I've had some really good games defensively on this game, but in the video, probably not the best, to be real with you. Now, Kitchen ends up taking not the greatest shot on this possession, but honestly, it's a little bit of a grenade, sort of. Like, I thought it was going to be a good look right here to the corner. Isn't a good look. However, here's the thing, as I just mentioned, even if, and this is why I want to talk about the utility of the build, even if it's a bad shot on the 7'4, again, I want to circle him, he cannot rebound while also contesting the shot. It's a pretty simple concept, right? When he's the one contesting, he can't grab board. So me down low equals easier rebounds when big men can't get board. So anyway, well, we're just going to kind of stall out a little bit here, but the guard tries jump contesting Tyson as a 6'9 right there, understandable. And yeah, ends up just kind of jumping out the play. So shout out Tyson for putting the ball on the floor as the pure lock and actually getting something done. It's kind of a cool thing, you know? But anyway, as you can see, coming back with sides D, I'm overrunning him a tad bit. Stretch gets the catch into the mid-range. Obviously doesn't want to take that because dudes just literally do not want to take a 2-point shot. Gets a bit of a weird little breakdown combo right there, or low-key probably tried to rhythm shoot it and just got a different stick input. I'm not going to lie. A little bit tough, and then the game's trolling right here. Let's just go ahead and skip past this. This is so dumb, honestly, how it like sets up. You can see Kitchen can't get off the streak monument, if you will, whatever that thing is called. I don't know, it's just in the way. So we're putting Kitchen in the corner real quick. I just wanted to take one little quick possession at the lockdown, try and get an easy 2, and I get the two-way tenacity, which sets me up in the defensive aspect of things. And as you're gonna see, guarding the guard, well, he comes out and front fades me. I can't lie. Like I said, a bit of a tough scene defensively for me in this game, but again, we're here to show off Kitchen a tad bit. Anyway, as you can see, I'm getting boxed up. Can't really get past the lock on the inbound, so I'm just going to use Kitchen as the kind of reset, if you will. And this is why, like, if I didn't have him on the court and I was running with the double pure locks like I had been for a while there, honestly, I was winning at a good rate and really having fun, kind of just being the only guy on the court that really did anything offensively. But this has been a weight off my shoulders, 100%, to have someone like him on the court. Like, I mean, he's coming out here beating the guy off the dribble again. The dude's jumping for joy trying to guard him and obviously just can't. Now Kitchen's got two-way right here as well, about to cook up. Look at him comboing up with the two-way. Hits me on the slip, being all disciplined and whatnot. And you can see me obviously slipping because I don't want to. And let me talk about this because I think it's important to know if you're someone that wants to play with a teammate like this. Do not hold a screen right here and set your boy up for getting blitzed by the lock. Let me tell you, if you give an opportunity for the lockdown to switch on to a menace like this, they are going to do it. As you can see, the lock wanted to switch and blitz. Now the thing is, in this game, it's not as punishing because blitzes are so bad. So in years past, you would get your guard set up with a blitz if you were to hold a screen like this in a situation where stretch big that clearly doesn't want to fight through screens is being then helped by a guy who clearly wants to guard the guard. So in a perfect world, they would pre-switch this where they get the big man back early. But again, guards, like we just showed with Bonnie earlier, if this big man left early, Kitchen could just hit a dribble move to like zig back to the right and take advantage of that vacancy now. So there's always a chess game to pick and roll, and it's why a lot of people do respect it quite a bit. I know some people don't because they just think you're a guard that uses screens. I mean, hey, as you can see, Kitchen's doing both at 6'11" while being a stretch big that's also good for spotting up and good for rebounding and good for defensive versatility. I mean, it's the best build in the game. That's the point of the video. But anyway, I'm not the best build in the game currently as far as my mental makeup of this. I'm getting fried on the pick and roll. But anyway, into the easy meter dunk and transition. Again, get the two-way. It's cool. Like I said, fitting into the game flow is kind of the thing. You guys aren't going to see me in the gameplays much do a lot of things that just like hyper focus one guy in like the whole video anymore. I think we found a good synergy of our team just like not having like one guy be hero ball the whole time anymore, and we can just attack good matchups. And in this case, it's the 7-4 on me, and this dude's not really gonna have a great time either. So just gonna go ahead and hit him with the most clunky dribble move I've ever done and still go by him because he's slow. In case you didn't know, they can't guard anything in this game. So anyway, they're gonna once again try and come out here with the threes. I'm getting fried again, and we give up another three-pointer. But anyway, hey, at least we're on game point, right? So anyway, coming out here with the ISO once again, trying to break the lockdown down, but as you can see, I'm just going to open up the floor for Kitchen, end up setting the screen right here. I'm going to set another one, and it's actually going to body the big. Now, honestly, like I just told y'all, you shouldn't do that because it'll get your guard blitzed by the lockdown. But as you can see, 7-4s are so painfully slow that not only did I hit him on the screen, but bro can't get back on my roll and just like gets beat. I couldn't tell you how many times in 2K I've ever even done that where I screen a guy and then he still can't get behind me. I don't know. 7-4s are just different in this game. And what I'm trying to get at here is that I think the aura of Kitchen's build is still there just as much as a 7-4 is, except it doesn't sabotage or like take hostage of the whole game, if you will. Like, you get what I'm saying with that, and I hope you guys do, is that a 7-4 truly does just sabotage the whole game. You have to run your whole offense through them in order for them to be valuable on O, and then the other team is going to run their whole offense through him. So like, and what I mean by that is if you have a 7-4 on the court, they're just going to target him the whole game like we do, and it's just no fun. It's no fun as a defender, and it's no fun as an offensive player sitting next to those types of players or playing against those types of players, because you have to just constantly go at them or constantly use them in order for them to be valuable. In this case, Kitchen can just blend into the game and not terrorize the whole like lobby or anything like that, and just make us have to like let him play hero ball the whole time. It's a fun build to play alongside, and it's a fun build to use, and it's a good build as well. So anyway, shout out to Kitch, shout out to Tyson, shout out to Bonnie. We've been having some good hoops. Shout out to Tonic, shout out to Blitz. I mean, we got a ton of different people that I'm planning to play with. Apollo. So I don't even know what the Pro-Am 5 looks like right now, to be honest. I have no idea. And again, schedule-wise, Kitchen, unfortunately, man, I might even have to play around Kitchen's schedule just as is, because this has been so fun to play with him. I can so see the vision of me and him coming out here on a point forward duo, essentially, in the Pro-Am and just running at the 1 and the 2. So anyway, once again, Speed Park MVP, we're pulling up on them, trying to get that 5 times rep every 3 hours. We've been real efficient with this stuff while also maintaining that ridiculous win rate. It's been a fun time, man. You guys might have to see me streaming sometime soon. I really need to get on it. I've just been trying to save my energy for the videos really hard. But anyway, let's get back to the builder real quick and detail what I would maybe change about the build. Okay, so let's detail a maybe more fine-tuned version in my opinion. Now, where Kitchen's build has mine beat is the 82 strength, and that gives you the immovable enforcer on silver, as well as just the ability to box out at a higher rate and play more bumpy defense. So I'm low-key a fan of it. It's just, this is like a version I wanted to show you. So the plan is to cap break +5 mid-range, and you can use your shooting specialization to do that as well. So it's a total of 2 shooting specialization caps and 3 regular cap breakers, and then also using 5 cap breakers on your pass accuracy. So that is pretty much it as far as the short-term value. Now, besides that, I guess you could maybe get up to 88 block if you would like, but you don't have the vertical to pair with for that high-flying denier, so I wouldn't really go for that. I'll maybe show you a couple different options as well. But as you can see, again, you have the contact dunk ability with the silver posterizer, and also having that in tier 2 is interesting as well if you maybe want to utilize that. There's a ton of different badge like utilization in here. Like as we mentioned, you have shifty shooter in the tier 2. You have posterizer in the tier 2. We have things like challenger in tier 2, lightning launch as well, handles for days. And then in the tier 1, it's all types of shooting badges that you'll use your specializations on, like limitless, set shot, stuff like that. Even paint patroller would be valuable, rebound chaser potentially. I mean, it's a really good synergy between tier 1, tier 2 that really is what you need in this game, if you ask me. I don't know if interceptor's worth, and as you can see on Kitchen's build, Kitchen didn't have interceptor. However, he can cap break his steel up to get to 60, and I could maybe duplicate the build exactly to show you guys what his cap breaks look like. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a couple of options to play off of. But yeah, as for this one, here are the cap break options you can see. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of just mid-range and then pass accuracy for the plus 10 in total. And that is what you have short term, probably, between the specialization and the cap breakers. In a realistic sense, I have a pretty ridiculous thing, which was hitting 200 lifetime objectives. I'm not going to make a video on this because my one from hitting 100 still stands true of all the suggestions I would give you guys. It's just I've stuck to those words of wisdom or advice, if you will, and actually followed through on them with a lot of time availability. But anyway, point being, a lot of you probably have more realistically at a high rate 8 essentially, and then plus 2 on the specialization. So if you do have 8 total cap breakers and then 2 off the specialization, you're looking at being able to just max out your pass accuracy in mid-range like Kitchen has now as well. After that, you're probably looking at things like layup kind of uselessly, to be honest with you, or maybe even like vertical or offensive rebound, stuff like that. I will show you Kitchen's version of the build real quick also, just so you can kind of see what he's looking at. Okay, so this is the exact to a T Kitchen build right here. He went down on his 3-point by 1, going from 91 down to 90. Not a big deal. You're not really missing out on anything. I mean, technically you're missing out on shifty shooter on gold, but you get that off the mid-range hitting 91 anyway, which we will be doing with the cap breakers. So obviously just keep that in mind. As far as what this build has on the other one that I showed you, again, it's strength and vertical. As far as what it's missing, it's steel and a little bit of post control. It also has 5 more standing dunk. I would say if you were someone that didn't want the 99 pass accuracy on this build and you wanted to like fine tune this to be more elite, if you will, at other things, you can maybe try and go with more like standing dunk, like up to 81, and get the big man contacts for the pro package. And let's say, I mean, and as you can see, you can still fine tune it a tad bit, but again, this is your world that you can modify things if you would like as well, if you wanted to go with like more 3-point, for instance, or anything like that. But I'm just here to show you his build exactly and with no modifications at all, so that you can know exactly how to make this yourself. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into that. I'll get into the cap breakers and stuff, but as you can see, he had like elite free throw on his as well. So let's just go ahead and advance from here and let you see it verbatim, exactly how he has it set up. And hey, again, I really cannot stress this enough. I know it sounds like absolute kitchen glaze, but bro, like for real, he's been a really good dude. He's been a really good right-hand man to me on my channel and stuff like that over all these years. And I'm glad he's back on the game and actually hooping and stuff. Like him going to college and stuff recently has been a little bit tougher for me on the content, because this is one of my day ones right here, like playing on 2K19 ever since with him. And in the last couple of years, he's been a little bit like not quite as on the game as much, and it's great to have a build that is enabled by his style and to really just have him back on the game, man. I swear, it's been good vibes. And also, another thing Kitchen's done for us in the 2K community so far is put us onto the 99 block 99 or 6-9 lockdown. I mean, he's been cooking this year, and he's about to teach y'all how to guard 7-4s pretty soon too, and it's all through my channel. So hey, I gotta say, I gotta continuously shout him out and show him support, because he's been really helping me with content even more so as well, and using his 2K knowledge to just like put it to absolute value. So anyway, with his build, as you can see, it does have the 80 vertical, so you could eventually, for the long-term cap breakers, be way more enabled by this. I just wanted to show you guys a short-term build that could be a little bit easier to use essentially, but his is going to do the same thing as what we just showed, of cap breaking that mid-range by +5 and then cap breaking the pass accuracy by +5. And with the shooting specialization, again, he'd be able to do all those right now. Now in the long term, he could, let's say, up his 3-pointer by 1 if he'd really like to, or as you can see as well, with 2 cap breaks on the steal, it gets to 61, and then also could do things like block as well with +4 to get to 88 for the high flying denier. So it's still like a bit more of a long-term playable thing. As well as he could get like 78 layup off 2 cap breaks to get Sabonis package. It's honestly very well optimized, I must say, especially for the long play. So he won't ever have to remake the build or anything like that. It really just is set up for infinite cap breakers. He could play on this build from day 1 to day 2, or day 1 to day 365. Because the other thing about this too, in my recommendation, is I think it's still playable as a complete day 1 build. If I were making it as a complete day 1 though, I'd probably give it 91 3-pointer. And then as you unlock the cap breakers, put them all into mid-range, then you could do the pass accuracy. 94 is plenty playable early on, and to do this eventually could be a plenty fine play. Or even just leave it at 94 and do things like the steal off rip for the +2 to 61. That could be even decent as well. So whatever order you'd like to go with this, I'm here to tell you right now though, the build can play so many different styles. It could play in rec center. I mean, 80 D-board is not bad, and this level of defense is not bad either, especially if you get that +2 steal to get that interceptor. But the ability of rebounding, switchability on defense, the fact that it's not great as the lockdown defender. You don't necessarily guard like 6'1" point guards perfectly, and you don't necessarily guard, I mean, you do low-key guard 7'4" is pretty dang good. But yeah, I mean, it's not like the lockdown. But what it is good for is being mediocre to like above average at guarding everybody in the game. And that has a special place in the court, you know? I mean, like, to not be a liability wherever the team needs you to slot in defensively and then still be the driving force on offense is a pretty nasty thing. Now, again, if you're someone that wants to run this as a point center and you want to, like, you know, be that guy that's running with the ball in your hand 24/7 and not play next to someone like me, for instance, who's playing a little bit more as a pick and roller kind of ISO option, I think you maybe would want more offensive rebound than this, and maybe you flip the D-board O-board. I don't know though. I really do value the ability to switch on the D-boards as well. It's tough to say. I would really recommend to play with someone that can crash the boards pretty solid as a big man, essentially, whether that's as a point center or just true center. But yeah, I do like this style. It is a bit tougher though, I will admit, to figure out where to fit it in when it's not around someone like me or LakerFan specifically, I guess, or just a point slasher essentially. But anyway, just wanted to put you guys onto that because I really do see the vision with that. I believe it truly could change the game, and I'm definitely intrigued, and I hope you are as well. So anyway, that's all for the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub for new Tom noties, all that good stuff. And like always, try this 1 to 1,000 likes. If you made it to the end of the video, put Kitchen in the comments, search sports me through. Shout out to my boy, man. I mean, once again, I cannot stress enough how much he's been hooping on this stuff. And not all these averages are even on his power forward, like his stretch build. A lot of this is mixed in with his lockdown as well. So yeah, he's been having a great time on here, bro, for sure. So anyway, shout out to him. I'm looking forward to maybe hopefully playing some comp pro-am with him on this build as well and being a duo, me and him, but we'll see. And honestly, Tonic might even be on the same thing too. He might make a 6'11" build that's similar to this as well. So anyway, that's all. Appreciate y'all for watching. None of that. Take it easy, man. Peace.